Hi everyone, my name is Varsha and welcome to Study with Varsha. So, today we are going to start Python classes again. So, before moving to the things, let me explain something. It is very important for all of us that we have to be consistent for everything in our life. It doesn't matter that what we are going to do. For example, I have started Python up to the day 6. So today is day 7 and total classes day will be 16 to 17 but classes will be 30. So today is day 7 of the Python 30-minute 30-day challenge, and today we are going to discuss about function, module, package, and that are core building blocks. So we are going to discuss about function, module, and package. Okay, just a second. Yeah, so it has been written Python code organization, like large Python project requires structure code, function, module, and package are core building blocks that we use in the real world application and interviews. Okay, now let us understand what is Python. Sorry, what is function. So sorry, yeah. So it has been written here that Python, function is nothing but reusable block of code. It means that will execute in its own scope and improves readability and use cases. So in simple term, if we will say that a function in Python is like a small machine that does a specific job. For example, you give some input and it work and it gives you the output. So it's like a small machine function. So this will helps to avoid the to run the same command again and again. Simple definition, like reusable block of code that perform a specific task, you can say in a simple term. Now function example, so see diff greet name. Okay, return what we have to do, functions hello name, print greet alias, so that we have to do. So if you didn't understand this, let me explain a simple example. Making tea. Okay. So first step will be what? That we have to be, yeah, we have to boil water and we have to add tea leaves, then add sugar and milk and serve the tea. So instead of, uh, if you didn't understand, so this is the process of making the tea. So this is only in the same way you can understand that what is function, and that is what function exactly do. And if you want, let me write one example also so that it will be valuable for you. For example, def, see if you not understand this, don't worry, because later if you will do these classes you will understand. Okay, making tea and okay, first step is done. Now what we have to print? Print, what is this? For example, boiling water. Okay, then print adding to print adding sugar, and that is tea is ready. So in the same way, like we have to write this step, and this is the example of function. Now why function matter? Okay, so that will avoid for code duplication and easy testing and debugging it will have, and foundation of clean code. So if you want to understand, so that like functions really matter because they saves time, because it will avoid duplication, so it will save time. It will reduce mistakes, because if we will do write a code one time, if it's any a mistake is there, you can correct it and you can reuse multiple times. So again and again you are not going to face the same mistake, so it will reduce mistake ends also, and it will make life simpler. So let's understand this with the real life example. So imagine you are working as an HR, and every month you have to calculate salary, like basic salary or deduct salary, final salary. Now suppose 100 of employee are there, you repeat the same step 100 times, so that will be the chances of making a mistakes. So instead of that, what function it will do, it will create one fixed process, salary calculation system. Now for every employee you just have to give basic salary and deduction rate, like that you will mention tax and final date. So this gives you the final salary. What it is doing, it is doing less effort, same correct result every time. So that's why function matters. Function argument. So positional argument and keyword argument and default argument. So argument means, argument are the values you give to a function so it can do it works. Okay. Now if we will think of a food order, so you say pizza type, now it will be capsicum or it will be any kind of veg, non-veg, chicken. Now you will say the size, that will be medium or large. So these details you give as a argument to the pizza. Okay. Now advanced functional concept, so this is some example is there, you can try it. Now what is module? So a Python file you have to write, that will be extension will be .py, contains function variable classes, helps organize code. So in simple term, module means that is a file that contains Python code. Inside that code means function variable and classes which you can reuse in other programs. So module in the simple term, that is a collection of related code saved in one file. So you can think by taking a real example as a library. So one section for maths, one section for science books, one section for history books. So you don't rewrite books every time, you just reuse them. So a module is like one book that contains knowledge of one topic. So that is nothing but module. This is the example math utils Davis. This is the example you can try. Now using a module, so import, that is math utils square, math utils.py. So this is some example that you can use it. Now the question is how Python loads module. So we will understand this by taking real example also. So searches sys.path, loads module once, caches in memory. So this is a core concept, and I'll explain this by a storytelling real world example, so it is stick in your head. How Python loads module. So when you like sees, for example, this one. Let me do. Yeah. For example, you have written import and my module. Okay. For example, you have seen this. Now Python does three things. It will search for the module, my module. It will load and execute it, and it will store it for reuse. So imagine you bring maths book. Okay. Now librarian check in this order: books on the table, department slabs, and main library storage. Python does the same search. It will check if module is already loaded. If found, uses it. If not, continue searching. So if already have the book, no need to search again. Now the question is, what is package? So we will understand this also by taking real world example. So package is first is directory of modules, represent application domain, improves scalability. Do you understand anything? So in simple term, package is a folder or we can say directory that contain multiple related modules inside that. So package is the collection of module organized in a directory. So think of a company office building. Okay, so building is package. Okay, inside that company building we have a multiple department, so that is module, and employees function and classes. Are you getting? Building is package, department is module, and employee are function and classes. So department means like HR department, financial department, IT department. So all department are inside one building. One second, guys. One second. One second. Hold it. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So you hope you understand what is package. Now moving package structure. So package structure is, this is project. Inside project application is there. Inside application that folder file is there .py, and inside that services is there same. Okay, so if I'll taking that company wala example, so first understand that this is company. Okay, now inside company hr.py, HR department is there, and finance.py, init.py. So like that you can understand. Now here company is, this is project is package, and init.py, it means it will tell that this folder is a package. Okay, now moving to the next project package import example from app.services import auth. So we can import, you people understand, I hope that we can import the any services. Now role of init.py, so it will make the directory as a package, and it will control imports and initialize packages. Now we'll understand function versus module versus package. So function is logic, module is feature, and package is domain. So function is smallest unit, like a single task in the kitchen, like chop vegetable, cook rice. Module is a cookbook for one category. It means veg recipe, dessert, and package is domain. It means a library of cookbook. One second. Now let me understand why, what is Python workspace. Yes, this question many people ask, what is Python workspace. So let us understand. So that is execution environment, interpreter plus libraries, and project files. So Python workspace is something many people hear, but very few explain clearly. So I will break it and slowly with the real world example, so that you people will understand. So Python workspace is the place, or we can say folder or environment, where you write, run, and manage your Python code and its related files at one place. So it will usually contain you know .py Python files, package and modules, virtual environment, config files, project structure. So workspace in simple term we can say your Python project working area. Now think of your study table having notebook, books, pen, laptop, notes. So that one table where everything related to your study is kept, that is nothing but workspace. In Python folder table है. Now .py files, that is notebook, and libraries means book, and virtual environment like personal drawer. So that is, if you, I hope you understand. Now let us understand local environment. So that is system wide Python can cause dependency conflicts, that is local environment. Virtual environment, isolated environment, project specific dependency. Create virtual environment, that will be python hyphen m venv venb. So virtual environment I already have talked about initial days classes. Even though this is also one of the command, with the help of that you can create virtual environment. Now active virtual environment, so that will be in Windows, it will be env script and active, and Linux and Mac OS sources env been activate. why virtual why virtual environment is important, so we will understand this also by taking real world example. So first thing here, it is avoid version conflict, professional practice, and required in production. But now, if in simple term, if we can say a virtual environment is an isolated Python setup for one project with its own libraries and version. So imagine you run two restaurant. One restaurant is needs gas stove, Italian ingredients. Second, we need electric stove, Asian ingredients. So if you use one kitchen for both, that ingredient will get mixed. So and wrong taste and confusion will be there. So you create two separate kitchen. Each kitchen virtual environment and restaurant is Python project. I hope you understand. Now this is nothing. So I hope you understand. Thank you for watching Study with Varsha. Have a great day, and tomorrow I will do practical for this thing.